Morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hmm. Good morning, Diane. Brandon, what's going on? What is going on, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Did the news just come out? Why did it just spike like this? Let's see. I don't see anything. Curious. I know the data came out at 8:30, but why did it just spike now? Pretty interesting. Yeah, that SPX trade was perfect. Right, this is like my favorite kind of pattern. Right, nice tight consolidation, triple bottom intraday, and then right you take the entry here with a stop loss below and huge room to run to the upside. Yeah, but data came out at 8:30, and it's running now, which is right when data came out originally. It didn't really move much. The Illuminati. All right, so let's get into it. Hope everyone's doing well, right? SPY yesterday, or SPX, that trade was beautiful. I really wish I took it on the challenge count, but no one really likes when I trade SPX, so didn't take it on the challenge account. Right, triple bottom intraday, price action consolidating. And we just saw that break to the upside. Looked perfect, right? The SPY, look where we bounced off of on the higher time frames also. Right, no coincidence that we bounced there. Right, multiple times we bounced. It lined up perfectly, right? Here was the fake out, and then we bounced perfectly. Right, also VIX, keep an eye on VIX today. 1811 acted as a support numerous times, right? You guys have heard me mention this level now probably every single day. Higher lows, lower highs. If this breaks 20 or even 20.1, it's going to go up to 21 0.5 plus probably, right? Which means SPY to the downside, right? But if this breaks to the downside, watch 1811 and see what happens at this level. Okay. New rule of strong potential. Honestly, Wayne, it's probably not even worth it for me because I know everyone's gonna cry about it. I'm looking at SPY, not SPX. But game plan today, right? So I have one Amazon left. Right, triple bottom here, right over support. Right, we bounced numerous times off this 92.3 level. Right, previous support, and then we bounced again with a higher low in place, and we started to break out from this wedge that we created. Right, overall downtrend, breakout, rejected that previous resistance above, and then we started to consolidate and create a wedge here. Right, flat bottom with lower highs, and then we broke out end of the day yesterday. Right, chart looks great. Right, stop loss is somewhere down here. Right, loose stop loss doesn't need to be an exact level. Sorry about that. Right, so stop loss somewhere around here, right? Nothing really too specific, not a specific level. Just want to see how price reacts if we do get a pullback to this level. And the price target's all the way up here. Let's see what I'm looking at for this morning. At open, Netflix looks amazing, right? Up 0.45% here. Right, broke out here. We kind of have this rounded bottom, triple bottom here. Right, looks great, looks fantastic. We do have this previous support that acted as a resistance multiple times around 313 or so, 313.4 or so. We bounced here, 3 times. So if it can push over this zone here, 313, 314, definitely going to watch this at open, right? Big support below, a lot of room to run to, 323 plus. So definitely keeping an eye on Netflix at open. You're welcome. More than all. Wow, I'm tired. Right, so Netflix, Amazon game plan. Tesla looks weak, down 1.2% here in pre-market. Look where we bounced yesterday, right? Previous resistance back in January now acted as a triple bottom yesterday, right? We bounced 3 times off this level, created a perfect bear flag. Now we're opening down below. We have a lot of room to run to the downside here. Right, Tesla does not look good. Definitely wouldn't take any calls unless we can get back over 182, but I don't even like that. Probably 187 or so. If we can approach this region, then calls. But Tesla looks weak. Apple, another one that looks, pretty decent. We have this, right, downtrend. First of all, we have this triple top here, right? 156, rejected once, twice, and 3 times, okay? We have this downtrend, we broke out, we pulled back, right? And then we broke out again, we consolidated above, right? This is sitting right at resistance here. If this pushes up, right, we're most likely going to see a push up to 156, right? If this, then that. Okay. Yeah, Netflix, I can see Netflix is right at 313 here, right? If it can break out, it should push up, right? If this, then that, always. All right, so there's Apple. NVIDIA looks great as well, right? We had this resistance here that bounced numerous times, right? Even here, right? This 230 level, double top. Then it acted as a support, right? Then we created a higher low, right? And then we found a new triple top resistance at 238 or 239, right? Resistance, 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 right? A little breakout consolidation, fake out zone. Then we created higher lows and lower highs, and we broke out in the day. We're sitting right at 242.46 here in pre-market. If this can push up, right? If we take a look at the higher time frames, we don't have resistance until 253, right? There's not much resistance here, right? So NVIDIA is definitely going to be on the top of my list, along with Netflix, right? And then we have a pretty solid gap to fill at 258 or 253 to 258, right? So definitely going to keep an eye on this. We've been very, very strong. If it breaks and we see that continuation, we can see a pretty solid move to the upside. It might be a slow grind, but just need to be patient. Okay. Meta. I mean, Meta, right? Rejected, had a double top, little pullback. Let's see, it's probably to like the 382. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. All right, so the fib from low to high, probably right up to 382. Yeah, so right up to 382. Oh, let me mute my notifications. It's a sign of a strong trend, right? If this can push up and test this level again, we could totally see 197 or so. Not my favorite setup though, so not really going to keep a close eye on it. Lucid, right? Lucid tried to play this, I think, last week. This was my only loss so far within the last few trading days. But we now have a triple bottom, right? It's starting to look pretty good. If this can hold here and we could start to curl up and potentially break this pink trend line, we could see a pretty decent size move. So definitely going to keep an eye on it, right? I have my alert set below the low of this triple bottom just in case, and I'm going to set an alert above here right around 8.67, right? Because we do have a tiny gap to fill right here. If you can see it, it's very tiny. I'll zoom in, right? But if this can break, then we should see, a little momentum and push up to this double top here. AMD has been extremely strong. Let's see. There's really no clear or defined setup here though, right? It's just been, slow grind up. Coin, not really looking at. Delete this and redo it. Right, so we have this overall downtrend. We broke out, a little pullback, probably to the 0.5 or so. Or 618, so perfect 618 bounce. Right off the golden zone. The golden zone is typically where everything pulls back to. Right between the 0.5 and the 618, and then it typically continues. If everyone can drop a like on the video, I would appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. I don't really like to trade all these other names. Square. Just consolidating. Google looks pretty decent, right? It's kind of trying to put in a higher low here. And we have a double top. All right, if the double top can break, then we should see a push. All right, it's kind of a cup and handle too. All right, here's the cup. And there's the handle. Pretty solid. Definitely solid. Fibs, it's just swing low to swing high. Any low to any high. Right, low, high. And then fibs. Boom. Easy as that. Right, and the three most important levels for the fibs, the 382, the 0.5, and the 618. The 0.5 technically isn't really a fib level. It's just halfway point. All right, 382 and the 618 are the most important. Would you get in the video at market open since it's opening right at break? I really don't like to get in right at market open because overnight orders are going to, fill. And it can go really either way. I kind of want it to settle a tiny bit and then see what happens. All right, because there's usually a fake out right in the beginning. All right, I really don't like to enter right away. QQQ, little scalp yesterday worked perfect as well. Right, extremely tight price action, higher lows, lower highs, started to consolidate and break out. And I entered, I think, right at the bottom here. No, I don't really use the extensions. Right, an extension would be low to high, back to the low, and then the targets above. You can typically do either 618, the 1, and then the 1618. Right, but they're really too far. Right, it's more for swing trading. Yep, Netflix is just up 0.6%. It's fine. I've pretty much just been day trading off of the 30-minute and the 1 hour. Right, I don't think I've gone under the 30-minute once the past few weeks. Is it valid to see consolidation at 15 minutes as well for scalp? Yeah, I mean, there's a strategy for every single, time frame. Just wait for a setup. That's really it, right? Consolidation with a support, with a clear support and a resistance and a price target, and you're golden, right? Every single time, right? The entry isn't the most important thing. It's the setup, right? A lot of times my trades go red right away, right? We had the these SPY calls that I took, they were down like 60%, but the setup was still perfect, right? So the entry isn't really the most important thing. It's just, you know, the chart, and let the chart play out, right? I was down like 60, 70%, but the chart still looked good, so I held it, right? But I'm sized correctly. I'm not in a position with half my portfolio ever, right? On my main account. All right, challenge account's a totally different game, and it's high risk, high reward, and we're just looking for, right, growth, or very fast growth. So it's totally different. But yeah, setup still, you know, looked good, even though we were down 70%. And right, chart comes back, and we end up closing that trade green. Coin, I looked at coin already. It's too much consolidation. I guess we can redraw this trend line now. To here or so. All right, I mean, it is setting up. I'll set an alert here, but it needs to break out of this wedge. All right, it definitely looks good on the daily. Look at all this consolidation now, right? Since February 15th, we've just chopped sideways. It's crazy. What's SPY doing here in pre-market? All right, so SPY under 400 now. It's just testing this level. This is a key level to watch today. 400 and then 4,000. I can delete all this to make it a little clearer. Right, but we do have these higher lows being put in place. So, looks good. I like that. What questions does everyone have, if you do have any? We're getting a decent amount of people now, finally, on these streams. We got 145 here. Appreciate everyone stopping by, as always. I try and answer every single question. If there's repeat questions, I really don't want to answer the same thing over and over again, but you know, ask me anything, right? This is your time. This is like kind of like a one-on-one that you can ask me anything. Do I look at dark pools? No, never. It's 24 hours delayed, so I don't really, it's kind of silly in my opinion. Do I think Tesla can run to 190 today? I mean, if it holds the triple bottom here, right, we could definitely see a pushback up to 187. Right, anything's possible. If this, then that. Right, needs to hold the support though. Do I ever stream live? I'm in voice chat when the market's open. $1,000% trade. The one yesterday was sick. Went up 1,200%. Do I tilt off losing trades? No. There's zero emotion in my trading. Zero. Netflix strikes to keep an eye on. Just one's close to the money. It's as simple as that. It doesn't really matter what strike you choose. All right, as long as it's close to the money and you don't have to worry about theta, that's it. All right, everyone always kind of freaks out about what strike to pick. It's like not that important in my opinion. All right, just go close to the money, and as long as the chart looks good, that's it. This is the BT cloud. What is the goal for the challenge count? Final, I don't know. I'm just gonna try and grow it as large as possible. There's no really final value that I'm looking for. Your account's back to 1K. You screwed up on the lucid trade. You bought too many contracts. Well, it's the name of the game. It sucks, right? Learn from your mistakes. Do I use any other technicals to enhance my day trades to confirm? No, I don't really believe in confirmation, right? Everyone's heard me say that multiple times. I think it's kind of silly. By the time you wait for something to confirm, if that's even a thing, the move already happened. So no, I don't believe in that. How do I feel about gaps? Gaps are great. They typically act as magnets. Amazon, right? Just have the triple bottom here, right? I'm going to see what happens at open. It is down now in pre-market, but we'll keep an eye on it, right? If it's above support, I'm going to stay in the trade. 3 minutes to market open. What's my criteria for searching for a trade? Just consolidation, right? Higher lows, lower highs. I ideally want to see a double or triple bottom. And I want to see, right, it start to curl up and break out. SPX went over 1,000%. Oh yeah, IWM went down 70% and then it turned around and came back. Yeah, I always look at flow. I always have the dashboard open, Bull Trades dashboard, and I'm always looking for unusual orders. Learning to chart only takes, right? Depends how often you're doing it, but it only took me a few weeks to learn how to chart. But the hardest part of trading is the emotional aspect, right? It takes years to learn how to have zero emotion when you're trading, right? You can't let losses affect you. Because, right, losses are a part of the game. You can't win every single trade. Not everything's always going to work, which means, right, sizing correctly is extremely important because not every trade is going to win. What indicator do I use for the fibs? It's just the fib retracement tool here. Right, it's the third box down, and it's the top one here, fib retracement. With that being said, 3 minutes to market open. That was kind of like a little rundown on all your questions that everyone asked. Let's head over to the Discord. I'll be in voice chat. Let's kind of let's meet up with the other analysts and make sure we're all on the same page. So I'll see you guys there.